And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, the Gungas, the George, the Kiyata Mundi Conans, and a special shout out to all these beautiful disguised clone troopers. Just look how beautiful this is. The official art for the next Darkside clone, disguised clone trooper. Let's just say if you weren't impressive, character number 1 for the Darkside clones, character number 2, character number 3. If the art's not shown it, you should be impressed. We got a lot to talk about in today's episode of Arnold HoloNet News. The only news you'll ever need because you have no other choice. Besides this character kit, I want to make sure we remind you one more time as well about the bugged, double glitch, whatever you want to call it, rewards for the Nightfall Air Battle. This is going to be the last time it's going to be bugged as far as we're being told here. And before we do all that, I want to give a quick shout out to my Raid Shadow Legends channel. As some of you guys may not know, I have another channel out there where I've been playing Raid Shadow Legends Hardcore. There will be a link down below to my other Raid Shadow Legends channel. We've been playing quite a lot now for a long time. Absolute blast of a time. And I want to remind you guys in the sponsor segment of Me, Myself, and I in Raid Shadow Legends that we have a pretty big giveaway going on out there. If you want to join me on that Raid Shadow Legends journey, use my link down below. Scan my QR code. You'll get Tagore, an amazing epic champion, right away. And when you hit level 40, you'll be able to get Deacon Armstrong. But that's not all, folks. We have ourselves a lot of giveaways going on here. When you download the game in your first 24 hours, make sure you use one of these promo codes, either to get Alice the Wanderer, Monkey King, or Supreme 6 for Supreme Gallic. You go into Raid Shadow Legends, make sure you click on this over here, go to the promo code right there, type in one of those codes right away. I have 2 of those 3 champions here. Alice the Wanderer, tons of fun, just came out not too long ago. Sun Wukong was my very first one that I used. In my first 24 hours of playing Raid, I use this. This would be my recommendation if you're starting fresh in Raid Shadow Legends. Get Sun Wukong. However, I would say a close second if you want to go a little bit different than I did. Go check out Supreme Gallic, a pretty awesome character overall. Go to the orcs, you can find him down here. I don't have him yet, but he looks pretty darn sick. And he's kind of like Sun Wukong to me, but I like Sun Wukong more because it's like the Night Sister zombie of attackers. Just keeps reviving nonstop. So hey, guys, I hope to see you guys over my Raid Shadow Legends channel. If you haven't joined me over there already, scan my QR code. Make sure you use one of those promo codes right away in your first 24 hours. And before you do so, make sure, again, use that link down below. Scan that QR code to get Tagore right from the very get-go. And then get yourself Deacon at level 40. Deacon's basically like the old school Captain Rex for Raid Shadow Legends. Tons and tons of Terminator. But now, let's get down to work and talk about the disguised clone trooper. Now, you might be like, what the heck is this? First off, this is the most beautiful piece of art of all time here. But this was an omitted scene from Revenge of the Sith. Originally, you could find it, I guess, inside the 2011 Star Wars The Complete Saga Blu-ray collection. It showed some sort of behind-the-scenes stuff, and it shows Tamora Morrison brandishing a blaster while disguised in Jedi robes. Also made an appearance inside a Lego Star Wars, which is probably the more important reference to keep in mind with this. But in the context of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, this is going to be a Darkside support clone trooper and Empire unit. And yeah, the kit's looking pretty nice. And it's also going to be helpful, I'm assuming, for when Nightfall Air Battle comes again. So I'm going to have a video coming out tomorrow. I didn't post it today because it took me forever to do this. I'll probably post it tomorrow. Managed to get the last 3 tiers done. Spoiler alert, but it was a lot of fun doing so. But reminder, in case you missed it before, the event is bugged right now. It's running 2 times per 1 instance, so you're getting double the rewards for the past several times. Hopefully you got the first memo I put out. It's gonna be glitched one more time where you can see it's gonna refresh again in 8 hours, and the event doesn't end for 18 hours. So make sure you take advantage of it. And also there's a card in the top right-hand corner. I showed how I did tier 1 on my free-to-play account, low gear, no Zetas, 3-star tier 1 as well. If you can get double the rewards while it's bugged, take advantage of it. And I assume this is gonna get even easier once we get the rest of the clones. Again, it's kind of a half-baked event right now, but I'd rather get the rewards now than later. So let's get more in the weeds with the disguised clone trooper. Reminder, the marquee is gonna be next Tuesday, May 6th. Update's gonna be dropping tomorrow. And for all my Lightspeed bundle when people, I better see that 5 million times in the comments today. We're probably gonna get the update tomorrow, data mine tomorrow, and we should probably know what Lightspeed bundles, if at all, are coming next week for May 4th. And we should also know what giveaways. They always do giveaways around May 4th as well. Looking forward to that. But the marquee is going to be next Tuesday. Also required for Jedi Master Mace Windu at Relic 5. And as it says right here, they did not just make up this character. It's kind of a fun little, I guess, I don't know, cameo. It's kind of Legends, I guess. It's kind of just a small little blooper that basically they added, which I'm fine. It could give me a little mixture. Of course, I wish we had all 501st clones, but I'll take this over whatever we had before with Lord Vader. He has been impressing me drastically, but it's very evident that without the Datacron, they're having a hard time getting a lot of Order 66 out there. But we all predicted that as more clones come, more Order 66. And the Order 66 synergy that the Skies Clone Troopers bring in, let me just, how about this? I'm going to fast forward a little bit just to get you excited for this. On the Zeta ability, on this unique ability, Decoy Squad 5, if the target enemy already had Order 66, the Skies Clone Trooper deals massive damage when attacking. That's going to be absolutely broken, especially right now with the wild Datacron going on. And if you don't know what massive damage means, imagine, for example, Savage Opress on his overpowered ability. He deals 99,000 damage, whatever it is. Imagine that happening nonstop with the Skies Clone Trooper. This is just a complete rebuild of Lord Vader, man. It's nuts. So that's just a little teaser for what's to come today. But let's start off with the Covert Assault. Unfortunately, it looks like no official art or animations. Wah, wah, wah. But it's okay. We have the most beautiful artwork of all time. What more do you possibly need? Covert Assault. Basic ability. Deal special damage to target enemy. And if the Skies Clone Trooper had Ruse, we're going to learn more about how to get Ruse in this kit. Stun them for 1 turn, which can't be evaded or resisted. Stun on basic, kind of almost as bringing the Royal Guard stuff. Now, like, this is what we've been discussing. There were some good things about the old Lord Vader team, like Piet making Lord Vader the tank, which now we're kind of seeing that Lord Vader is the tank, basically. He's got to go down first before the rest of the clones can really be worked on. Also, Piet being able to call him to assist. You know, Royal Guard had a stun on the basic, you know, nice things like that. But now we're bringing this in here. Stun on the basic can't be evaded or resisted, so even better than Royal Guard's basic. If the target enemy already had ability block or stun, and all allies are Lord Vader. And finally getting a little bit of a snippet of Grand Moff Tarkin. Still no rework at the time of this video. And or Darkseid Clone Troopers dispel buffs on them. Inflict Order 66 for 2 turns, which can't be copied, dispelled, evaded, or resisted. Yeah, that's a lot going on right now. So this is gonna be a big deal, especially when Lord Vader hits his ultimate. Everyone's gonna be ability blocked when they get locked in with that AoE effect. So this could be a great time to spam Order 66, which is, again, without the Datacron, you know, that's kind of hard to get it out there. But now we got Special 1, well executed ambush, cooldown of 3. Deal special damage to all enemies and deal 10% more damage for each stack of damage over time on them. Oh my. Oh my, that can go up pretty quickly. 20% of the Skies Clone Trooper had Ruse, going up to a max of 200%. And then all Darkseid Clone Trooper allies gain advantage for 2 turns. Now, although again, this is another support character, kind of like CX2, they're putting like a lot of like damage-oriented things, even in these support characters. So even though, yeah, we get support-like stuff with the control, the stun, more Order 66, it sounds like this guy should be able to do some good damage if the massive damage wasn't enough to convince me of it. But additional effects, if the target enemy was light side, inflict them a healing immunity for 2 turns. If the Skies Clone Trooper had Ruse, healing immunity can't be dispelled or resisted, and inflict them with another stack of damage over time for 2 turns. We're gonna be giving Lord Vader as much help as he needs to pile on those damage over time. Galactic Republic, this is just a massive F you to Kenobi. Kenobi was the golden child and was very clear. It was clear that Kenobi was well more loved. Well, how the turns have tabled, my friend. Galactic Republic, you get to reduce their speed by 15 for 2 turns. If the Skies Clone Trooper had Ruse, reduce their speed by another 15. And inflict it with a stack of damage over time for 2 turns. As far as I can tell, this isn't even like, you know, I don't know, it seems like, because hold on, it's at the target. I mean, okay, I was gonna say it kind of seems like you can pile this on fast, but since it's on a special ability, it's got a cooldown of 3. I don't think you can pile this on too fast unless you somehow work in Omega Fugitive. I don't think you're gonna do that. But anyways, being able to get lots of speed reduction, it's gonna be great, especially if you're fighting a Galactic Republic Galactic Legend. I wonder who? Well, they get a lot of speed bonuses, basically cutting that speed bonus off. And then Jedi, inflict them with offense down for 2 turns. And if the Skies Clone Trooper had Ruse, offense down, can't be dispelled or resisted, inflict them with another stack of damage over time. Yeah, a lot of damage over time. And here's the thing, Lord Vader already was pretty good on damage over time, but the biggest thing is we need to get as much damage over time on as fast as possible, because I feel like so far, barring the Datacron, I haven't been able to get Oppo to trigger his way of getting Order 66 on. You need, what is it, 8 stacks of damage over time? Takes a bit to get up there, but if you have this, well, that makes it a lot easier. So pretty simple stuff. You got your basic, One special ability, you can't really mess that up. Very simple kit from a basic and special ability perspective, because the more abilities you give, the AI becomes idiotic. It doesn't know how to appropriately use them. But then we have some pretty nice unique abilities. Unique 1, Clever Ruse, Zeta, and Omicron. By the way, Territory War Omicron, which is to be expected. They're kind of giving us a spread. You know, we got our, what is it? You got your Territory Omicron here. You got your 3v3 Grand Arena Omicron, Oppo, whatever. And then I'm assuming Scorch might be the 5v5 Grand Arena Omicron. So they're spreading the love around a little bit. At the start of each disguised clone trooper's turn, if he was stealth, he recovers 50% health and protection and gains 20% Terminator and Ruse. So that's gonna be the main way of getting it. If he's under stealth, he gains Ruse, which is, I guess, makes sense. He's supposed to be disguised. So if you're stealth, you're kind of disguising yourself. So that's gonna be the main way of getting Ruse to trigger all those extra effects. Like, for example, being able to stun them on that basic ability. Good stuff there, but we're not done yet. When disguised clone trooper attacks, he loses stealth. So you want to make sure you keep under stealth as often as possible. And at the start of each enemy's turn, if disguised clone trooper had stealth, all other dark side clone trooper allies gain retribution. Can I read that one more time? And just in case your hollow projector didn't convey appropriately, at the start of each enemy's turn, if disguised clone trooper had stealth, all other dark side clone trooper allies gain retribution. You heard that right. That is going to be a lot of retribution. Oh my gosh. Oh, and that's one thing that makes Leia so awesome. She can give retribution on her basic. How about just all the time? So that's why you need to keep this guy under stealth as often as possible. And if that enemy was a Jedi, disguised clone trooper gains tenacity up for until the end of that enemy's turn, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. And then in Territory Wars, the Ruse just no longer expires until the end of the battle. So you're going to be getting all those juicy benefits and not have to worry too much about being under stealth. And also, if an enemy's inflicted Order 66 is defeated, allied Lord Vader and Darkside clone trooper allies take a bonus turn. Am I reading the same thing with you guys? Hold on, let me roll it back. If an enemy inflicted Order 66 is defeated, allied Lord Vader and Darkside clone troopers take a bonus turn. Yeah, I guess I read that right. This is, you know, sometimes bullying Galactic Legends works. You know, if we all said, yeah, Lord Vader's awesome, he's great, we probably wouldn't have this today. A complete rebuild from head to toe. You know, if you guys don't like a character, make sure you're loud and annoying like me, because then you'll get amazing, crazy, maybe over the top changes to the team. Maybe this is an overcorrection. I don't know. Be careful what you wish for. It's like I always said Saw Gerrera was trash, and they're like, fine, here's Luthen's like, okay, never mind, he's good, he's great now. And then Ruse, this effect triggers additional effects. Ruse is kind of like, I guess, in a way, a target lock. You know, you get additional effects if you have it, in a way, right? And then Unique 2, Decoy Squad 5, which goes into the whole operation with the disguised clone troopers here. At the start of the encounter, disguised clone trooper gains 30% offense, and if there was a galactic enemy, he gains stealth for 2 turns. So especially against Jedi Master Kenobi, stealth shouldn't be super difficult to get a hold of. And at the end of each of his turns, if disguised clone trooper didn't have Ruse, he gains stealth for 3 turns. So you're stealth, you get Ruse, and if you didn't have Ruse, you gain stealth. So it seems like it should be a nice steady stream of it, but it seems like it's going to be imperative to try to make sure he doesn't go under stealth if you're trying to fight this. And then, of course, the cherry on top. If the target enemy had Order 66, disguised clone trooper deals massive damage when attacking. Oh my gosh. It's not an insta kill, but 99,000 damage on a passive ability. Yeah, I'm not going to complain about that, especially since we have all these other ways that he's going to deal damage out there. If the target enemy was Jedi or a light side unaligned force user, he deals an additional instance of massive damage per relic amplifier level. Let's just go ahead. I don't know. Just quick napkin math here. I don't know if you guys understand the power of all this. So what is this? 99,000, right? I think that's how much. It's either 99,000 or 99,999. So he deals an additional instance of mass damage per relic amplifier level. Let's assume you have relic 9 because you got to go all the way. This might be one of the craziest. This has to be one of the craziest benefits from having a relic 9. You know, we see all these things like, oh, for relic 9, you get this much damage over time. Like I think the Tuscan Shaman or the Knight Marin, the more relics you have, the more plague you put out there, right? Something along the line. This has to be the craziest thing. So you get 99,000 damage just if they had Order 66, but then an additional instance of massive damage per relic amplifier level. So you times that by, no way. There's just no way. No. Just ignore this. There's no way. An additional instance of massive, no. There's just no freaking way. No. If you're so you're we're just gonna leave it at that. Passive insta kill. What are you thinking over there, CG? I'm sorry, I've been hating on Lord Vader all these years. It was warranted, but this might be a little much. Well, guys, that's gonna be your disguised clone trooper. Can't reveal on that note. Let me know your thoughts down below. This is gonna be an interesting one, my friends. I can't wait to get my hands on him. We are already seeing pretty wild performances with Lord Vader in 3v3 with CX2 and Oppo. With the Datacron especially right now, this might be one of the most deadly teams of all time. Thank you for stopping by. Leave that like, comment down below. Make sure to check out my Raid Shadow Legends channel. Support the people that support me as well. Go use my link down below to get all those beautiful goodies. And until we meet again, whew, I guess you could say it's great to be in the Empire today. Oh, it's great to be in the Empire today. The sun never sets.